So we will start that. Uh, so this is a kind of an ingress and an egress. Okay, so ingress is basically a terminology which is utilized particularly in mechanical patents, and a very important aspect of highlighting the brands is to understand the brands. And I'll start in a while, and I'll be discussing about different brands and why even not having intellectual property rights in terms of a trademark registered or a copyright registered, what is more important is your consumer should connect with you, and they should really connect with you. Whether it's the offline medium or the online medium, whether it's a hybrid, whether it's a remote, it is all inclusive. So we'll be discussing that aspect, and probably in a while, as I said, there are a couple of submissions I need to make for the different working groups, and some paperwork needs to be done for the execution stuff. I'll be walking you through the branding exercises so that even if the Indian Trademark Act is abolished, still there's ample job opportunities in terms of intellectual property rights. And I'll explain it first in terms of the trademarking, and second would be in terms of the marketing aspect, and the third aspect would be the patenting, copyrights, and then the bigger picture and the landscape. So I'll start in a while. Maybe we'll wait for a minute or two. Also, I'll be comparing the landscape of how sustainability has to be understood. For the longest time, particularly in a country like India, sustainability is not even understood in Tier 1 cities. So forget about what is happening in Tier 2 and other cities. So we will talk about sustainability, and one very good example is reusable bottles which should be carried. It's not that you buy something which is plastic in nature. The best source of recycling doesn't mean that you buy something again and again, because money is nothing to do with sustainability. That's a misnomer which is not understood by many organizations. And when we talk about DAO, when we talk about the work I have done in the paper which is submitted before the University of Geneva, it is very, very clearly documented. Not many case studies could be added because that was not a PhD kind of a thesis. That was more from the viewpoint of what I have undergone all these years and my understanding of how DAOs and DAOs should work globally, the cyber aspect and the crypto aspect of it, and how the technological trends have to be seen. And moreover, I can vouch for that because I have been framing the frameworks since 2004 2002 in terms of the relationship between the government and the patent agent. As a patent attorney, I have given work in the early years to UK attorneys. That is way back somewhere in 2008 2007. That was a bioreactor. And the point of contention here is, for the longest time what has happened is, even though the patent applications and everything were not granted in India per se, or were not registered in India because of so many reasons. Because just having a very small set of people, overviewing the patent application doesn't suffice the purpose. And that being said, the patent applicant was of the notion that this is just like one of the simple audits, and it is going to cost not a bombshell, but intellectual property rights is the most costless affair in terms of the law. And particularly if you look in countries like other than India, whereby intellectual property rights are taken very seriously in terms of the damages which are rewarded. I mean, those are in billion and trillions. India is still in the phase of getting through that phase, but the point of contention here is most of the companies are not entering India right now through the FDI is because they know once they enter, and even if the assembling is being done in India, at some point of time, the know-how and the technical know-how is going to be, I mean, churn out, and then these small. Uh, I don't have the right word with me. Is that you are serving as someone within the company framework, and the company only grows when the employees stay back. If the employees are not able to stay back, there are two reasons. Either the employees have no cognizance of how the framework works. Um, our enterprise, my company particularly, which is catering the biggest of the employment globally, it's not that we only have Indians. We have people from all over the globe because we are part of the telecommunication, and particularly we have people from the Savannah regions, African regions, and they are already part of the UN programs in different capacities. So they are quite diligent that way in terms of Sri Lanka. Then even in terms of Bangladesh, at least the telco people are quite knowledgeable in terms of what sustainability is and how circular economy has to be achieved. And is it that we are on a path of achieving it? Or the answer is big no, because the landfills and all, I'm just talking about Delhi. I mean, after every 5 kilometers, in the radius of 5 kilometers, you can take my data set and see in the radius of 5 kilometers, and then next 5 kilometers, and next 5 kilometers, and then you make that bazooka and look for your own self that there is so much of things which have to be done in real time, because the polar ice cap melt is for real. I mean, we like it or not, but right now Delhi is burning like it's on fire right now. That's the kind of weather conditions we are in, and one of the main reasons is when this development of Delhi was done, particularly in the years somewhere from 1999, or I would rather say 1995 to 2005, rather than killing taking out the garbage. It was just built on that, and all these garbage which is underground is turning into methane, and we are seeing so many casualties, and I don't know how the current government will take cognizance of it, because this kind of corruption had been in India for almost, like, we are on the timeline of 2025, and I'm going back 35 years. So that damage is done. But this the good thing is, at least this air city which was built, it is a triple P partnership, and GMR and everybody have taken care of at least creating that control. And one such control is compacting the garbage at the point of contact. Point of contact simply means is we cannot let the garbage be distributed here and there. And the other day I was just thinking that even for battery and all, recycling of batteries, the simple stuff should be that um, government of India should take this initiative, because it's more from the government rather than from the startup community per se. Now the governments have to take cognizance of it, and they have to give this iota of information as wealth information, stating that hey, why don't you just collect your used batteries, and when the number of batteries maybe is double A, triple A, whatever the battery size is, once these number of batteries are there, we will allocate resources and we will get it collected, just like on a monthly basis. Folks come and take the meter reading, right? And on a similar basis, these guys can take care of the battery disposition. And honestly, the whole concept of wet waste, dry waste, and all these, it doesn't work. It's not working in tier one cities. Forget about other cities. I mean, most of the folks are just concerned about what cleanliness is in their homes, but outside, the garbage would be there. People would be distributing garbage. It's kind of that era we are living in. Okay, now coming back to the branding exercise. The point I was trying to make here is, you go to any of these countries, and particularly in UK, so you have this water dispenser or kiosk, whatever the definition suits anyone. So you can carry these, and rather than buying those plastic ones, you can just refill that. And these are lightweight. I mean, for one person, it's good enough. And it's many a times what I would rather say is the cost of making this bottle is much more than the water which is inside it. In terms of the contents of this is not that expensive, but the bottle is more expensive. So people need to understand this sensitization as early as possible. Now, talking about brands, this is one brand I'm giving this as a query to people. They can look into it and see what kind of brand it is. And sustainability, I don't know whether this is sustainable enough because, as such, there's no QR code or anything where I can see and review the details. This is one aspect. We all love Barbie, and with Mimiso, which is headquartered in Hong Kong, they have come with their Barbie collection. So this is Battle 2023. Different people have different definitions, but this Barbie brand is under the aegis of Metal and copyrighted in the year 2023. It's a very cute one. They also have a movie, and I watched that movie. It was not the kind of movie I would like to watch as far as Barbie is concerned. Uh, this is one thing I wanted to discuss. Then definitely we have a wing moment here, and this is for Mimi. So yes, and then to keep the immunity high, I would like to suggest fusion tea bags. This one particularly, this one is really really good and really good for the immunity. It cures cough, cold, and sore throat, enhances blood circulation, digestion, elevates nausea, and it's an immunity booster. Peach itself is really good for the health. So peach in any format would be good. And keep the protein content high. Take your vitamins and supplements. It's not that you everybody has to go to the medical practitioner, proper medical doctor. Online consultation will not suffice the purpose. You need to meet the doctor in person and discuss your issues and then get those things resolved. Thank you for watching out the video. And yeah, so this is a little bit of the branding stuff we are doing and trying to just get the sensitization part in order so that more people understand it. And at the point of not the contact, it's not POC, the point of creation. So it's basically POC here stands for point of creation. Whenever the garbage is created in any format, try to reuse that or try to dismantle it of or put it in a manner where it goes to the mother earth without harming the mother earth. That is very very important. Now these landfills, not only in Delhi, I mean in Kolkata also, oh my gosh, the kind of landfill I saw, I was like, I mean, you won't even see such kind of landfills in a movie. You take any of these Hollywood movies, you won't see that kind of landfill. It was too much to even see that. So I'm sure such kind of landfills are there everywhere, but how it is being compacted is the question they need to answer. Thank you for watching out the video. Have a great day.